Welcome, Leo, to the Five Clairs Tarot. I am Sam, and I was moved to read for you. I haven't read in a long time. I've been taking some time of self reflection and assessing during all these eclipses and retrogrades and changes that are going about, both spiritually and here on this planet. So I was moved to read for you, Leo, and a couple of things happened while I was preparing to read because I read um, to assist, to guide, to show how and what healing can look like. And so I sat to look over the oracle cards and ask Spirit to choose the cards they wanted to work with today. And, I chose this deck. And I had flipped the cards over when I took them out of the box, and the word forgiveness was there. And I was like, oh, that's appropriate. Because I knew at that point I was reading for Leo. But I thought nothing of it. I just took the cards. And as I started praying and meditating over the cards and all that, I grabbed this deck and I flip it over, and this card was underneath it. This is the card that reads forgiveness. And I chuckled because Spirit has a way of getting their point across and using manipulations to do it, right? So I laughed and I said, okay, you're funny. And then I remembered that I had said to myself, this is appropriate for Leo, right? Then I'm meditating and reading over the cards. I'm having difficulty. This particular deck here, the one I'm going to use to read, kept sliding out. Like when I fanned it, it would just like spread out real dramatically. And I was like, okay. The sense that I'm getting, Leo, is that we're going through a slippery slope right now and you've lost your footing. With that being said, Leo, we have to reassess and think about why we've lost our footing, what's happening, why are we feeling so ungrounded. So the first thing that Spirit wants to say is to reactivate, reset your root chakra. Our root chakra is all about our physicality, about how we're moving in the world, what we're doing with ourselves. And if you're walking a slippery slope right now, I think it's time to pause and make some assessment and readjustments. Some realignment has to take place here. The third thing that happened that was interesting, or not that it was interesting, but the fact that it happened was interesting. My dog starts barking after he was resting and laying down, not, no one's bothering him. He's just chilling. And all of a sudden he comes into my space and starts to bark. The sense that I'm getting, Leo, is that you're trying to be, what's the word? They're trying to get your attention, but you're not listening. You're not listening. And it's important to listen, because being the sign that you are, and the fire signs, they're pretty they're fixed, right? They're a fixed sign. So as much as you're a powerhouse, you can also be the opposite. As much as you can be loyal, focused, and trustworthy, you can be very stubborn, not like change, and not dealing with transitions very well. So I would listen to this, save it, comment if you feel it resonates. But I feel an urgency in this reading. And we're going to go ahead and start with this card, forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentments blocks the flow of love. This world and the world that we exist in, there's not a lot of love going around, right? There's a lot of separation, a lot of anger, a lot of fear. The root chakra rules that. And when we cannot forgive someone, when we cannot forgive a situation, we block ourselves from the energy meant to propel us forward for a better experience here on earth. So they're telling you, Leo, that forgiveness is imperative for your progression, for your spiritual elevation. And in elevating spiritually, you will elevate here in the physical. So doing things that are going to help your root chakra flow, meditating, yoga, walking, grounding yourself barefooted on the grass, hugging a tree, chanting the mantra, which for the root chakra I believe is Lam, LAM, and it's super important, Leo, to forgive, but not because it's important for the person you're forgiving or the situation you're forgiving. It's important to forgive for yourself so that you can just like continue to move forward. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next oracle. I've already pre-shuffled them, but we're going to give it one last shuffle now. And we're going to see what the spirits have for you. And the card is passion. And being a fire sign, Leo, you know you burn with a lot of passion. You love with passion. You hate with passion. Everything you do is about being passionate. It's fire. One of your the celestial body that governs you is the sun. There's fire there, right? So this card says the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm, to the calm of its core. Something just hit my window, so that's confirmation, Leo. I'm going to read that sentence again. Moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. But also, not just this, that underneath this intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight and balance and calm. It can also be the reverse, Leo, if you allow yourself to dysregulate. If you allow yourself to dysregulate, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be unbalanced. It's going to be increasingly uncomfortable. So this is why it's important for the assessment, the realignment. Sit with yourself, write down the goals, write down what you need to do, write down where you feel you're lacking and what you need, and then go forward and pursue those things so that you can find this peace, this tranquility, the calm, the insight, the balance. Awakening, number 5, which is funny because in the tarot, the cards numbered from 5 to 7 are the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay? Awakening, Leo, wake up. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you, which is perfectly fine because you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You have to learn to Wake up and smell the coffee, Leo, because there's things around you you're not aware of that are good for you, and then there's things around you that you're very much aware of that are bad for you, but you're not letting go. And where you need your autonomy, where you need your space to grow, you also sabotage yourself. Let's talk about this orange theme here. There's orange and yellows. That's that fire and that's that passion. This video may go a little over than intended. And set your intentions. The number 30. The number 3. Set your intentions, Leo. Set your intentions when you're sitting down with that journal where you're writing down your goals, you're writing down things that you have to look for, because in setting your intentions, you are going to make them materialize, because your subconscious will be absorbing it. The number 3 is the 3 in the tarot is the major arcana card of the Empress. It's another fixed number because it's Taurus. Well, not necessarily that it's fixed, but it's Taurus. The Empress, maternal, abundancy, pregnancy, nature, working with children, extravagance, having more than enough, feeling rich in a career, woman in power, woman in love, physical love for yourself, Leo. There's transformation happening here with these butterflies. There's transformation and there's grit here with this lotus, because the lotus is anchored in the mud, in the mire. And you're probably feeling that way. You're probably feeling like you're stuck in the mud and you can't get out. But you can get out when you wake up, when you fuel yourself with the passion that you need, Leo, to push yourself and propel yourself forward. Until then, you're going to get stuck in the mud and have not yet flowered. But transformation's coming, whether you like it or not. You don't like change as a fixed sign. You don't deal with transition well. Well, get ready, because this slippery slope, 12:22 on the clock. Somebody go ahead and check that out. Google that. This slippery slope that you're on, Leo, can go either way. But until you put the brakes on it, until you grab something nearby to hold on to, until you decide that you no longer want to either go up or down, you want to stay fixed in the center of it all, you want to be grounded in the center of it all so that you can absorb it, assess it, and then go after it. Until you do that, you're going to be stuck. One more shuffle. Let's go ahead and thank Source Creator of the Universe, the Archangels, Ascended Masters, Spirit Guides, and Ancestors for guiding and propelling me to do this reading. I haven't read in a long time, and they're pushing me. So I listen. I heed the call. The King of Cups. There's a lot of daydreaming, a lot of fantasy going on in some of you in the collective's head. It's almost kind of like the Page of Cups, where in one of the tarot cards, he's sitting on something, but his legs are above him, coming out of the sky or the whatever. And it's almost kind of like this sense of you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for something to happen. So this means you're not being proactive. You're just waiting for something to happen when you have to make it happen. It behooves you, Leo, to make it happen. And here we go. Feeling defensive, feeling like you're on guard, feeling like you're insecure, Leo. That root chakra needs to be reset. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. There's a lot of learning you still need to do. There's a lot of growing you still need to do. There's opportunities here to be abundant. But you have to learn your lesson. Not a coincidence. It is underneath the awakening card. Not a coincidence. There's no coincidences. Every single thing happens for a reason. There's a lot of learning and knowledge you need to obtain and wisdom. And your experiences are teaching you those things. Again, since there is no coincidence, you're going through what you're going through because you need to learn something. And someone told me the other day, not everything's a lesson. Bullshit, everything's a lesson. We are here to learn the lessons to evolve spiritually. This is why we chose this planet. I mean, come on. This is dense. It's low vibing. There's a lot of hatred. This is the antithesis of love. Now, that doesn't go without say that they are good people in this world. There are kind people. There is love. But damn, we're going through it. We're all going through it, and you're going through it. And you're going to continue to go through it until you decide to put the brakes in. And then ego. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is the root chakra. Ego. This in the traditional tarot is the devil card. It's the card of Capricorn. Okay? The illusion of being trapped. Accepting responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Addictions or unhealthy habits. Leo, what are you doing? Now remember, this is a general reading. It is not for everyone. It will not resonate with you all right now. It may resonate 3 months from now if you watch it again. It may resonate tomorrow. Right now, maybe not. But for some, it will. And for those that will, drop a comment. Drop an emoji if you don't feel like commenting. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel so that I can continue to share and spread the knowledge that I've gained in the 55 years I've been on this planet. Because that's valuable. The wisdom is valuable. Not a perfect person. Far from it. But every day I wake up and I strive to be better. So, in order for me to continue this, let's make the channel grow. Let's spread the word. Share it with your friends. Share it with your loved ones, whoever would benefit from this guidance. So, some shifty shit's going on. Shifty decisions, bad decisions, perhaps people around you moving shiftedly. This is the 7 of Swords, which is one of the most fucked up cards in the deck because this is the card that's telling you either you or someone around you is shifty and untrustworthy. Major assessment of how you're moving or the people around you, how they're moving needs to be done, Leo. And then, look at that. Look at that. Are you not highly favored? Look at that. That's the Sun card. That's your card. We were just talking about the Sun 8 minutes ago. Look at that. Brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities. Plans that work out perfectly. Gratitude to the divine. Let's live in gratitude. Let's live today. Because yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not promised. Let's live today. Let's live today. Say thank you today. And treat everyone around you the way you want to be treated. That's part of your awakening, is realizing that you cannot use someone as a punching bag and then ask them to go get their own Band-Aid. So come on, what are we doing? the Star. You're highly favored. You have a wish fulfillment coming through. It says, have faith, the future is bright, dreams come true. Positive changes that bring an end to challenging times, the light at the end of the tunnel. This reading is about hope, Leo, the Lovers. So some of you may be going through this slippery slope due to a relationship. Here, this card says, embrace true love and deep, intimate friendships. Make choices from the heart, vibrant health, and recovery from an illness. For those of you addicted to substances, the healing's going to come. The Sun card's all about healing as well. And it's not about life and abundance and passion. It's also about healing. So for those of you struggling with addiction, healing is coming through. And here is where you're going to then figure out and see and become aware and awoken to the battles you fought and how you've overcome. This is you overcoming here with the Nine of Wands. Okay? This is you protecting what you've created, not having given up, seeking and asking assistance from your spiritual team. And then here we go. Is that what you want? It's love? Some of you feeling you've been lacking in love. And I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about love from family, love from friends, love for yourself. You have 2 cups here. They're both looking in a specific direction. Okay? They're both giving and offering. Actually, he's not giving. He's just chilling, but he still has his cup. Offer yourself the gift of love. For those of you expecting love from external sources, you can't receive love from an external source if you can't give yourself love. This reading should give you hope. This reading should give you some blueprint of what you need to do, Leo. And I hope you get to do it. All right? Well deserve it. I'm going to leave you with that. Godspeed.